إنك أنت العليم الحكيم سبحانك لا فهم إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم قل رب زدني علما. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا بني إسرائيل اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم وأني فضلتكم على العالمين. واتقوا يوما لا تجزي نفس عن نفس شيئا ولا يقبل منها عدل ولا تنفعها شفاعة ولا هم ينصرون. صدق الله مولانا العظيم. So Alhamdulillah, with this ayat, we end from where we began in terms of the dialogue and the discussion about Bani Israel. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, O children of Israel, O Bani Israel, the children of Israel, the children of Sayyidina Yaqub alayhi salam. اذكروا نعمتي التي أنعمت عليكم. Remember this great favor that I have blessed and bestowed upon you. وأني فضلتكم على العالمين. Again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as He began this discourse, reminding them of the great favor and their choice, and favoring them over all the nations, people of that time, granting them risala, granting them prophethood among their progeny, and making them guides for humanity. So remember that great ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that He favored you over all the people of the world at that time. وَاتَّقُوا يَوْمًا. And on the other hand, وَاتَّقُوا يَوْمًا لَا تَجْزِي نَفْسٌ عَنْ نَفْسٍ شَيْئًا وَلَا يُقْبَلُ مِنْهَا عَدْلٌ وَلَا تَنفَعُهَا شَفَاعَةٌ وَلَا هُمْ يُنصَرُونَ. And on the other hand, be aware and be fearful of the day when you will be brought to account. وَاتَّقُوا يَوْمًا لَا تَجْزِي نَفْسٌ. The day in which no soul will avail another soul. Allahu Akbar. وَلَا يُقْبَلُ مِنْهَا عَدْلٌ. There will be no recompense. There will be no ransom that will be accepted for anyone by anyone. وَلَا تَنْفَعُهَا شَفَاعَةٌ. And no intercession will be accepted. وَلَا هُمْ يُنصَرُونَ. And they won't find any helpers whatsoever. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned, to continue to remember that favor. And this has been the dialogue for, almost 3/4 of the surah. So, or 3/4 of this juz, of this 30th portion of the first portion of the Holy Quran. So it begins with the reminder of the great favor and be aware. And now, as sort of a executive summary. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains in detail how He favored them. And explains in detail, their disobedience and their arrogance and their dissonance with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's commandments. And then finally, after mentioning all of that chronicle, and then ultimately again reminding them, so therefore remember the great favor and be fearful, and hopefully you will come to your senses and adopt the correct path. And if not, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has definitely prepared a recompense for those who disobey. So again, finally, we'll mention one final time that actually this entire discourse is not simply to inform us about the mishaps of the former people, but it's to remind us that we have now taken that place, as they were favored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over all the peoples for the particular purpose, and that is to live a life of ubudiyah, of service and slavery to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have been now chosen as that ummah in their place. So we should not fall in the pitfalls. We should not be beguiled, by this favoring. We should, and as Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam mentions, that we're going to tend to follow the footsteps of those former people. So let's beware and learn from these lessons. And there's no tawfiq except by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's grace. So may He grace us by His tawfiq and His constant riayat and hifadat. Ameen. Allahumma ameen. Wa akhir da'wana an alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalamu alaikum.